Hi, guys. Welcome to another amazing episode of Youth Connect. I'm Aiden.
I'm Jeffrey. Hope you're ready to hear some music on
I
Youth
hope
Connect.
so as well. I agree, and I hope that you guys enjoy it because today is going to be another awesome Friday. Hi, guys. Good to see you. It's me and Jeff, and we are here to host you your live Youth Connect, always at 3:30 p.m. I'm so excited to share with you some awesome news. For those who don't know, Youth Connect is a show that tries to connect the community together, and that's the main goal of our thing to make sure that you and me know about some very important news. And do not worry, we do have Kevin with a video, but if you guys know with Youth Connect, the first thing that we always have to do is usually some gaming news, if I'm pretty sure. All right, guys, time to bring you some gaming news. I hope you're excited. Today, we have a game of the week. Now, I was really thinking about what to talk about, but you know what? I think that you guys are going to like this game. I love this game. I know my best friend absolutely adores this series, but today's game of the week is actually inspired by pirates, and today's game of the week is technically Like a Dragon Pirates Yakuza in Hawaii. So there's a big name to this. And I don't know much about the story of Yakuza, but I've heard that it's quite amazing. And what I saw from the trailer, it looks absolutely fantastic. A new legend begins as you step into the steel-toe boots of Goro Majima, a man who has lost his memory and reinvents himself as a pirate on the open seas. Embark on an over the top modern day pirate adventure with an ex Yakuza, now pirate captain, and his crew as they engage in exhilarating combat on land and sea in the hunt for lost memories and a legendary treasure. So, unable to figure out who he is, Majima tries to set sail in search of clues to his lost memories, accompanied by a boy named Noah who saved his life. Before long, they're caught up in a conflict between cutthroat criminals, modern day pirates, and other scoundrels over a legendary treasure. And quite interestingly, you can assemble a one of a kind crew by upgrading your ship. You can actually do so many things, find so many friends, and actually, the more people you befriend, the more people you can have on your ship. And eventually, you can have every crew is going to be entirely different. But trust you me, there's probably going to be a group of people choosing which ones are the best NPCs and which ones aren't the best NPCs because you know what? That's just how it is. I actually have been seeing this game with a lot of great reviews. Every game feels quite interesting. And let's be honest with you, from what I've seen with Yakuza games, they definitely don't kind of dabble on pirates. So the fact that this game's all about pirates is definitely interesting. But funnily enough, you can have tons of cool ways of fighting, including Mad Dog and Sea Dog fighting styles, where they can mix and match and deliver explosive combos, juggles, and aerial takedowns that reward your creativity with over the top action. So this game looks absolutely fantastic. If you love pirates, if you love the Yakuza series, I recommend that you check out Like a Dragon Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii. I think that I might need to check this out when the game goes on sale at least. And you know what? I hope that you check out this game too. Anyways, though, let's keep it moving. I hope that you guys are excited because next up is all going to be Kevin. And Kevin's going to be bringing us some news, sports, and weather, but more importantly, that interesting fact that's going to be shared.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Youth Connect News. I'm your host, Kevin Aruja. Let's get right to the headlines. The Toronto Union warns a possible strike by 30,000 inside workers as of early of March 8th. The delays continue on the TTC Go due to weather-related issues. Round now set with dates added to matchups. Canada and US tied with 2 out of 2 heading to overtime in four nations face-off final. The union representing 30,000 of Toronto inside workers says strike action could happen as soon as March 8th if both fail to agree to terms on a new deal. Thursday, Local 79 announced that the Ontario Labour Relations Board issued a noble report a week after the union requested it. Local 79 voted overwhelmingly in favor of the strike mandate. That month, last month, citing a crisis in retention and recruitment of austerity and underinvestment, and highlighted Toronto's emergency and services, saying several employees have been forced to leave due to burnout and being underpaid. The union says the city of Toronto refuses to negotiate a deal with its frontline workers, include public health, planning, city hall operations, employment and social services, ambulance dispatch, childcare, and 311, among others. A Noble report indicates that negotiations have stalled, once issued usually within 5 days. Cube Local 79 will be legally permitted to strike or face a lockout 17 days later. The city says officials tabled its latest proposal on February 17th and await the union's reply, adding that they are firmly committed to the bargaining process and have been at the table and unavailable to meet with Cube Local 79 to reach a fair and reasonable agreement. The Cube Local 79 cited 6 years of wage increases under former Toronto Mayor John Tory, averaging 1.30% annually while noting massive pay hikes for Toronto's highest paid bureaucrats. In addition to seeking fair wages, the union said its member wanted an end to mismanagement, an end to the city being a minimum wage employer, and an end to the many staffing crises facing divisions across the city. The commuters endured another day of delays in the TTC and GO Transit following the recent stretch of the wintry weather in the GTA. On Wednesday morning, subway service was suspended on Line 2 between Woodbine and Kennedy stations due to icy rail conditions. Shuttle bus were also running. Train services has been resumed, but the TTC said riders could continue to experience delays along that stretch. It also said riders can use GO Transit for the cost of a TTC's fare at Main and Kennedy stations. The TTC also reported delays on Line 2, westbound at Coxwell and Donlan stations due to a mechanical problem. And at one point, trains were not stopping westbound at St. George each station. It is not clear if these issues were related to the weather. Meanwhile, GO riders are continuing to experience delays on multiple lines due to weather-related track and switch issues. On Tuesday, transit riders on Line 1 and Line 2 faced several delays during the morning rush hour. Then, during the evening commute, delays of up to 25 minutes were reported on multiple GO lines, and some trains were also canceled. The GO Transit has said to expect modifications to its train schedule as they work to resume normal operations after the winter weather over the weekend. Toronto and the GTA saw upwards of 60 centimeters fall over the last week. The TTC said it has canceled the planned nightly closure of Line 1 from Bloor Yonge to Osgood Station this week, as well as the weekend closure along that section to free up all available crews from storm recovery, including snow clearing in our rail yards. As the GTA continues to dig out from historic weekends of snowfall, bitterly cold temperatures are expected to dominate the region for much of the week. Tuesday fell closer to minus 16 with wind chill in Toronto. Wednesday morning is particularly frigid with a temperature of minus 16 degrees and a wind chill making it to feel like minus 22. The Toronto FC will host CF Montreal on April 30th in the first round of the TELUS Canadian Championship in the battle of MLS rivals who have combined to win 13 of the last 17 editions of this cup competition. The tournament draw was held in December with Canada Soccer confirming the tournament dates on Tuesday. The 2025 edition features its biggest ever field with 15 teams, boosted by the additional of semi-pro League One Alberta and its inaugural champion Edmonton Scottish United FC. The last team standing hoist the Voyageurs Cup and advanced to CONCACAF Championship Cup, the region's elite men cup competition. The defending champion Vancouver Whitecaps received a bye into the quarterfinals Scheduled for May and July, the Whitecaps have won the last three editions of the tournament and lifted the trophy four times in a total with seven runner-up finishes. The first round in the form of single elimination knockout games, the quarterfinals and semifinals two-leg affairs, the championship game reverts to one-off meeting. The Toronto Montreal victor will move up on to play either Forge or Halifax in the quarterfinals, while the Pacific Vancouver FC winners will meet either Calgary or Edmonton Scottish. A secondary draw will be held later to determine the semifinal matchups and pathway to hosting the final. The Toronto has won the cup eight times, most recently in 2020. Finished runner-up six times, Montreal has made eight finals, winning five, but most recently in 2021. The 2024 tournament was semi-pro CS St. Lawrence defeat Halifax and Forge outside of Montreal. The Whitecaps down Toronto in a penalty shootout after the final finishes not at a 0-0. Moving forward to the sports news, after three periods, Canada and the US are tied at 2-2 and heading to overtime in a four nations face-off final. Canada has opened the scoring 5 minutes in the first when Nathan McKinnon shot a wrister through traffic to make it a 1-0. But with 4 minutes to go in the opening frame, the US forward Brady Kutchuk takes a pass from Austin Matthews, looking it over to Canada goaltender Jordan Binnington to tie to the game at 1. 8 minutes into the second period, US defender Jake Sanderson, who wasn't originally on the team but replaced an injured Quinn Hughes, scored on the rebound to make it 12-1. 5 minutes later, Canada forward Sam Bennett took a pass from Mitch Marner, shooting the puck over US goalie Connor Hellebuyck's shoulder to tie in the game at 2. After the scoreless third period, the two teams are up to overtime to decide a winner. Fans been waving and wearing flags streamed into the TD Garden on Thursday night for a championship final, the championship game of the Four Nations face-off, a matchup between the United States and Canada that has taken on collateral importance in the wake of cross-border political animosity. USA and Canada sweaters intermingled with the usual Boston Bruins jersey in the building lobby in the hours before the game. With 90 minutes before the puck was to drop, everyone was still behaving, first bumping the countrymen as they line up to buy souvenirs or get into the arena. The Montreal fans loudly booed the Star Spangled Banner last week during the round robin stage, where the North Americans had three fights in the first 9 seconds in the game to US won 3-1. The American fans responded, though less volubly, while the tournament shifted to Boston on Monday, as both sides have tried to lower the geopolitical temperature and focus on hockey. In today's weather forecast, we got a mix of sun and clouds this afternoon. The temperature is now -6 degrees. And tomorrow we will get another mix of sun and clouds. The temperature will be -4 degrees. And then moving forward for an interesting fact, I'm going to talk about Valentine's Day. Yes, but it happened last week, but we're still doing the topics for today. The Valentine's Day, also called Saint Valentine's Day or the Feast of Saint Valentine, it is celebrated annually on February 14th. And through later folk traditions, it also become a significant cultural, religious, and commercial celebration of romance and love in many regions of the world. So I have six interesting facts about Valentine's Day. The first fact is Saint Valentine's wasn't just one person. Many people know that Valentine's Day is named after Saint Valentine. But did you know there are actually two Saint Valentines? Nobody knows for sure if the holiday originally celebrated on Saint Valentine of Rome or Saint Valentine's of Terni, both of whom were martyred. The second fact is in the 1300s, it officially became a holiday associated with love. True, the origins of Valentine's Day are murky, but it is thought to have been made a holiday in the 5th century when Pope Gelasius outlawed the celebration of Lupercalia. It wasn't until much later that it became associated with romance. The third fact is the first Valentine was sent in the 15th century. According to History.com, the oldest Valentine we have record of is from the 1415. Charles, Duke of Orleans, wrote it to his wife when he was a political prisoner at the Tower of London. The fourth fact is not until the 1840s did we get the first mass produced Valentines. In the 17th century, people started exchanging cards and letters with their lovers and friends, but the first mass produced Valentines didn't arrive on the scene until the 1840s. Known as the mother of American Valentine, Esther A. Howland sold cards with lace and ribbons that commercialized Valentines in America. The fifth fact is the tradition of giving Valentine's Day flowers dates back to the 17th century. Giving red roses may be an obvious romantic gesture today, but it wasn't always in the late 1700s. Lady Montagu was the wife of the British ambassador to Turkey. She misunderstood a local custom of using rhyming words to convey secret messages and thought the flowers themselves that were used in the rhymes representing secret meaning. And the last fact is the color of the flower given on Valentine's Day, it holds a meaning. Yes, while a red rose has traditionally symbolized love, other colors like deep pink, purple, or white, which symbolize happiness, royalty, and sympathy respectively, may be given on the holiday too. Then we come to the ending my then we come to the end of my segment to for next week's news, weather, and your favorite interesting fact. This is Kevin Ruja, and it's back to Aiden. See you next week.
We're a bit late on the Valentine's Day, and I appreciate you said that, Kevin. I will say though, it's actually quite interesting about Valentine's Day. It's a very interesting holiday. I don't see the appeal of it, but again, it depends on each person. And quite surprisingly, there's over like 145 million Valentine's Day cards that are sold each year every time Valentine's Day happens. And you got to think to yourself, that's a lot of cards. That's actually mind blowing. So thank you so much, Kevin. Really appreciate the news. Now, uh, us, you, Jeff. Jeff, are you a big fan of Valentine's Day, or are you just like, or is you just like a regular day? For me, it's like any other day. Yeah.
Oh no, Valentine's Day is very special. Celebrate love, loving your family, your friends, everybody. So it's a very special holiday.
I always say it like this: it's very important that we don't just do it one day; we do it every day. But you
Mm-hmm.
know what? We can do some extra love on Valentine's Day. You never know. Depends on the person. I would, because I love my parents and I would show my love for them during Valentine's Day, but technically I should show it every single day.
Mm.
Anyways, thank you so much, Kevin. And thank you so much for your insight, Jeff. I appreciate it. Now it's time to get into our second gaming news. I hope you guys are excited for this. If you guys know, it's actually this time of year that's very important when the Pokemon Company, pulls back the curtains to show what they have been creating over the last few times. And Pokemon Day, the anniversary of the release of the original Pokemon Red and Green, is actually February 27th. And the Pokemon Company has announced it will be holding a Pokemon Presents live stream on YouTube at 6 a.m. Pacific or 9 a.m. Eastern that morning to celebrate and talk about future games, updates coming to ongoing ones, and maybe some forthcoming anime or merchandise as well. And I'm really excited about this because we're actually going to be able to see the first footage of Pokemon Legends Z to A, and during the presentation, the Switch game was announced at last year's Pokemon Day, if you guys know. And we only saw a teaser and we got a few details. So hopefully this year we get a whole bunch of new ones. I'm excited to see what else we're going to be getting, including DLC maybe for future games or maybe a brand new RPG. We don't know. Pokemon Company could be brewing up something quite interesting. But I know for a fact do be ready because Pokemon Go, Pokemon Unite, and the Pokemon Trading Card Game Pocket will definitely all get news about new upcoming stuff. But also a brand new gotcha game called Pokemon Masters EX. I actually haven't touched that game, but apparently it's very popular. Also, a fun fact, we'll probably hear something new about the anime Pokemon Horizons, brand new one, or something else maybe that will be coming out. I'm so excited because Pokemon has been very quiet this year. Technically, this year and last year they were very quiet. So hopefully, we get a whole bunch of brand new Pokemon games to check out. Ah, the last news we got about Pokemon was certainly, let's just say it was exciting to say the least. Anyways, I really hope that you guys are looking forward to it. Remember, February 27th, if you're a Pokemon fan, mark that calendar because 9 a.m. Eastern time, that's us. 9 a.m. Boom. We're gonna have a whole bunch of news. Oh, I'm really excited about that, honestly. I love a little bit of Pokemon. Anyways, I'm gonna keep it moving, and next up, we have Logan, and Logan's gonna be sharing some cooking knowledge, and I'm so excited to hear what kind of chef hints or tips he can give us.
And for today's little lesson, I would like to explain the difference between two different bread doughs. These are the two main types of dough that can be categorized when making bread. They are lean dough and rich dough. Now, starting off with the first kind, lean dough. Typically, what categorizes a bread dough as a lean dough is that it is composed of only four ingredients: flour, salt, water, and yeast. Some examples of these lean doughs include baguette and sourdough breads. Sometimes, though, lean dough will incorporate other ingredients like sugar, honey, or olive oil, so- but only in very small amounts. Examples of these can include pizza dough, fougasse, and focaccia. Now, most of these lean doughs do not need to be kneaded for a long time actually, and many can be made using the no knead method, where you simply just combine all the ingredients in the bowl until it forms a shaggy dough, and then you just let it sit and it will basically knead itself. Now, compared to rich dough, lean dough has a much more airy crumb, which means when you cut into it, there are a lot more noticeable holes as opposed to rich dough, which is pretty smooth. Lean dough is also baked at a higher temperature than rich dough, typically over 400 degrees Fahrenheit, and as such, lean dough bakes a lot faster and has a much crispier crust. Now, going on to the second type of dough, the rich dough. As the name would suggest, rich dough is richer than lean dough. That richness comes from the addition of fat. Sources of fat typically include oil, butter, or eggs. Now, typically, these breads are kneaded for much longer than lean dough, since the fat would inhibit gluten development, and so you have to knead it for longer to develop that gluten. When baked, lean dough has a much less open and more uniform crumb. No, rich dough has a much less open and more uniform crumb as opposed to lean dough. Now, since there is a risk that the fats inside of a rich dough will burn at very high temperatures, rich dough is typically baked at a lower temperature for longer, around 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and as such, the crust is a lot less crispier than lean dough. Now, some examples of this rich dough include brioche, challah, potato bread, as well as many dinner rolls are typically made using a rich dough. But anyway, that's just about it for my short little lesson on the difference between the two main types of dough, lean dough and rich dough. I hope they all learned something, and back to you, Aiden.
Thank you so much, Logan. Actually, fun thing about the bread that you were talking about, I actually saw somebody online, Asian culture, but she made at her Michelin star restaurant a spicy miso focaccia bread. And I don't know about you, I'm not a big fan of focaccia because it has a lot of oil in it, but a spicy miso focaccia, oh my goodness, that sounded absolutely amazing. I kind of was a little bit jealous. But, obviously I can't steal all that delicious focaccia bread because obviously I can just make it at home. And you know what? There's a lot of other breads. I'm gonna have to definitely get into the taste of focaccia bread. And honestly, thank you so much, Logan. Really appreciate that cooking knowledge. Very, very important. Now, Jeff, have you actually talking about focaccia bread? Have you had focaccia bread before, or have you not?
I have not had Bricacia bread. No, I'm more of a whole wheat guy. Whole wheat bread.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Every type of bread is going to be different for every person. So yeah, we fine by me. You know what? It definitely sounds delicious to you. All right, let's keep it moving, guys. We have a lot to talk about. I will talk about now our community news. It's very important that as a community we stick together, but importantly, the way we stick together is that if we know what the heck is going on in our community. So I have community news, and I'm going to talk about the inspiring week that we had. We just finished an exciting week. It's filled with tons of diverse and engaging activities from cooking parathas with punit, deep frying ice cream, and really, we did deep frying ice cream, and it was definitely a one-time indulgence kind of thing because that was very rich. We explored landscape art and we had a movie club. Each session, left us inspired and eager to learn more. So, if you guys think that that's your cup of tea, I recommend that you join us next session in the next 2 weeks because next week is our off week and then the week after is our week on. Now, here's some upcoming highlights because remember how I said to know about what's happening in the community, you need to do your community news, and I got to talk about what's going on. You know, very excitingly, Zoe's currently at the moment on a 24-hour ski relay at Blue Mountain. And right now, during the weekend, she is going to be raising funds for a Special Olympics ski team. So I'm gonna say I'm gonna cheer on from the bottom of the mountain, give her a whole bunch of cheers, woo woo woo. And honestly, good job, Zoe. We're very proud of what you're doing. Saturday is very important because we're doing our lacrossing barriers. And as you guys know, Jeffrey is our amazing special ability crew lead on that. And awesomely enough, this Saturday, Scott Godfrey, the the brains behind the crossing barriers, is traveling from Calgary to share his expertise and passion for making sports accessible to all. So I'm going to be there tomorrow to support Jeff, but also to support Scott for all that he does for the community. And of course, on March the 5th, we have actually a Concord in the City paint night. So I'm really excited to announce that I'll be leading a paint night, and it's technically being called a paint and sip, hosted by Concord in the City at St. Paul's United Church in Brampton. So the event supports the incredible work of Concord in the city, and I really hope to see many of you guys there. If you can't make it, that's perfectly okay, but I really hope to see you. Anyways, that's been your community news. If you have any interesting community news that you want to share that's going on in our community that I didn't talk about, make sure to type it in the comments down below. Anyways, let's wrap it up and let's bring the cherry on top of our Youth Connect. Next up, we have Jeff with some live music. Get ready.
Hello, everybody. It's me, Jeffrey, and you all know what time it is. It's time for me to bring you some music to you. Yes, you, everybody out there who's watching. I'm here to bring some music to you all, and I'm playing Bob Marley jamming. So get up and dance, or if you're in your chair, just do it like this. Have a jam. Yeah. Alright, we're jamming. I wanna jam with you. Jamming, jamming, and I hope you like jamming too. Ain't no rules and no thought, we can do it anyhow. I will see you through. 'Cause every day we pay the price with the love and sacrifice. Jamming to the jamming through. Yeah, jamming. I wanna jamming with you. Jamming, jamming, and I hope you like jamming too. The bus gets up and slow, we take the back of big workout. Either can and more or so. We all the family right, just the truth you must unite. Life is worth before the end goal. Yeah, they're jamming. Jamming in the name of the past. Jamming. And I hope this jamming's gonna last. Singing, Holy Mount Zion. Holy Mount Zion. Just taking Mount Zion. Ooh, it's a creation hour. Jamming, I really mean it. Jamming, I really mean it. I gotta jamming with you. Jamming, jamming, and I hope you like jamming too. Try not so much to try, the truth I can't hide. Just keep me satisfied. To know by now is this, is the love I can't resist. So jam by my side, jamming. I want to jam with you. Jamming, jamming, and I hope you like jamming too. Jamming, 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 jamming. I gotta jam with you. Singing, Holy Mount Zion, Holy Mount Zion. Just seek it to Mount Zion, and a rulet of creation everywhere. Jamming, I really mean it. Jamming, I really mean it. I wanna jam with you. Jamming, I wanna jam with you. Jamming, 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 jamming. I wanna jam with you. Try not so much to try, shoot the can of hide, to keep you satisfied. Your love and not resist is the love that can't resist, so jam by my side, yeah, jamming. I wanna jam with you. Jamming, 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 we're jamming, we're jamming, we're jamming, we're jamming, we're jamming. I wanna jam with you. Jamming, 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 jamming. I gotta jam with you. Jamming. I wanna jamming with you, and I really wanna jamming. I really wanna jamming. I wanna jam with you. Said I really wanna jam with you. Said I really wanna jam with you. And I hope you like jamming too. And I hope you like jamming too. I wanna jam with you. I wanna jam with you. Woo! Thank you, everybody. This is Jeff, your live musician. See you all next time, and it's back to you, and bye, everybody. Happy jamming.
Happy jamming! You know what? I think I want to jam with you as well, Jeff. Honestly, that was absolutely brilliant. Oh, such a great song. Really got that good beat in there. And honestly, Jeff, thank you so much for adding on to it. You know, this actually unfortunately reaches the end of our Youth Connect episode. If you like Youth Connect, I need you to do a few things for me. I need you to like, comment, and subscribe.
And don't forget to click the notification bell.
That's right, guys. I hope that you guys have an amazing Friday. Enjoy your weekend. For those that are part of our community, I will see you on Saturday, and we will see you all later. Bye, guys. Catch you
Bye.
later. Bye.
Bye-bye.